Oh boy. Oh boy. Still got all the energy. You still got all the drumming. You know what time it is, Grant. No, I don't like the way you're drumming today. It's time for the Edgelords Comedy Podcast. That's what you're doing for the people? That's what you're giving them?
Well, I pulled away. I don't understand how I used all of my breath, but there was still burp.
There was still burp in there. Yeah, it's a different part of the lungs, I think.
You think?
Yes.
It must be.
The secret, a third burp compartment. Yes.
Secret. It's
yes.
a secret.
Yes, not everyone knows about it, but I do. I took years of anatomy courses out of a van.
In Florida.
Yes, in Florida, in Tampa, Florida.
Makes sense.
Well, Grammy, we got a whole different energy going today. This is we're upbeat, we're happy guys, but this is a sad episode of the Edgelords.
This is a bookend.
This is a bookend. This is one final.
This week in edging.
It's a bookend of a book that you didn't quite finish.
But not that. Yes, you never quite got. Never quite got to the very end. A lot of people didn't necessarily pick it up off the shelf like they should have.
No.
But should we tell the people what's going on here?
This is the last episode of the Edgelords.
This is our final edging.
Yeah,
folks.
It's our final edging. It's very sad.
It is sad.
But we gave it the good old college try, and we did a good job. We really tried this time, didn't we?
We did everything. We did the video, and we didn't miss a date, and we made 54 or something episodes.
Yeah.
A year's worth. We had clips for everyone. We had
great guests.
Some of the biggest names in and I mean
really,
that like
truly
literally. I'm not just
some
saying
of the
like,
biggest names in comedy.
Yes, we did. So there's an amazing back catalog. We made like 50 great fake ads,
and I will. We will continue to pay for them to be up for the next little while. So
we didn't discuss that.
I will. I'll do it. I'll pay. I got a lot of money.
Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa, Grandma.
I actually did. I have less money.
Yes.
I got fired from the cruise line.
Yeah.
All my dates have been taken away for the year.
That's true. And then we came home and said, you know what, let's fucking pull the plug on this goddamn podcast as well.
Yeah.
But obviously both of us are going to continue to do stuff, make stuff. We'll continue to make stuff together, which we'll probably release through Edgelords channels and stuff.
Yeah.
Graham, if you guys haven't followed Graham on social media yet, take the time right now to do that. Graham, where can they do that?
You can find me on Mr. Graham Kay on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
And follow me. Or, as always, I'll kill myself.
Graham will kill himself.
Yeah. So please do that. I love my family. And my girlfriend.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'd like to live. But I feel like I deserve a follow-up explanation of why I got fired.
Yes, we'll give the people the follow-up of why you got fired.
From my cruise ship. So I begrudgingly do these cruise ships because I would like to own property at some time in my life, have a retirement.
You want to own land.
I want to own land.
Yeah.
And I did. You have to be a bad comedian to be good on a cruise ship.
On cruise ships, you should. It's a mark of pride to be fired from a cruise ship.
Yes.
As the comedian, yes.
But there was a 900-seat theater that I performed in, 45 minutes, a clean show, and then a dirty show.
Yep.
Dirty. You're allowed to say like the F word like 6 times. Fuck. And
sickening. I would have left that cruise. I would have jumped off the side if I'd heard such a thing.
People did. And there was literally 70 people spread out over a 900-seat theater.
Yeah.
And then the cruise director watched me and he was like, he's not
Those
doing
are
well.
impossible circumstances.
It's like, also, the show he saw, I think, was the best out of all my shows. Quite honestly. There was like a group of young people laughing the whole time.
I mean, we've talked about this before, and I was just saying this to you, but like to be a successful cruise ship comic is to be a divorced man in his 50s who's kind of given up, and most of his jokes are about marriage
Yes.
and how awful wives are.
Yes.
And that is what cruise ship people want to hear.
That's what the men and the women want to hear.
Yes.
How awful wives are.
Truly,
Yes.
they love that together,
Yes.
because then I think the women are like, well, at least that's not me, kinda.
Maybe, yeah.
Or I see myself in that, and that's funny to me, or whatever. And the dudes are just like, hey, women do suck, and yeah. It's a mess. It's not a good time.
But anyway, old grandma will be okay.
Yeah.
I got other things in the hopper.
Sure do.
But check out my website, grahamk.com. I'll be coming to a city near you. I'm going to a lot of places this year, and more dates are coming. My calendar just opened up. Yeah, so that's that. But anyway, back to this. This is the last Edgelords. Where can people find you?
I am at Robby Slowik, ROBBYSLOWIK, on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm on all the stuff. You can hear me on the Problem with Jon Stewart podcast, so you can catch me there.
Yeah, he's got another podcast, so he'll be okay.
And so do you.
Oh, yeah, I got that autism one.
You sure do, yeah. Then you can also add my website, robbyslowik.com, which every now and then I do update it with dates, but not as often as I should. Twitter is probably your best bet.
You got a writing job. You got to stay in town.
For what's going on. That said, you and I, a couple of guys who still like to make money.
We like to make money. We like cash.
We love cash.
We got a lot of money. You gotta make money to spend money.
You gotta make money to spend money. That is very true.
That's what they say.
That is what they say. Yeah. So we do have a final ad here. Our last sponsor.
Put on the old goggles here.
Put on the old goggles. That's right. New sponsor for us. And
I'm excited for this one.
This is Brain King Smart Soup, the only soup that makes your brain smarter.
Yes. Brain King Smart Soups are made from the freshest ingredients, sourced by our culinary and pharmaceutical experts, or mules.
Yeah. They travel as far as Mexico to provide you with our organic farm-to-table soups.
And our unique blend of mind-altering soups will fill you with nutrients and ideas.
What a combo, huh? Mm-hmm. Brain King Smart Soup comes in a variety of flavors like Ativan chowder, Ritalin stew, and cream of magic mushroom.
All of them packed to the brim with vitamins and drugs.
And unlike all those canned soups filled with hard-to-pronounce chemicals and additives, Brain King Smart Soup is only 2 ingredients.
And it comes in bags like Canadian milk.
Those 2 ingredients, by the way, soup and drugs. So order your mind-enhancing minestrone today.
Because even an Italian wedding can't compete with the ultimate marriage of drugs and soup.
Good sponsor for the folks, huh?
Good sponsor.
Good
Very
sponsor.
Good. Yes.
So we don't have a guest today, but we've decided, we've been asking the guests all of these.
we had a guest cancel, and it was our last
yes.
crushing blow.
That was the thing where he said, you know what? I'm done. We're fucking done with this. But to the people who have been here with us from the beginning,
and
there is a.
Well, we have cultivated a group of fans from this, and truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for just listening, telling your friends, commenting, and it's
tweeting, commenting on YouTube. We have a kind of a regular base of YouTube commenters, those who left reviews, anyone who shared the clips on Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, and showing up to shows as well when we're out doing shows and on tour and stuff. It's always reassuring, and it's fucking awesome, quite honestly.
Yeah,
to have fans come out to shows, and hopefully you guys will stick around for the other stuff we're gonna do.
Yeah, we will. We will be doing other stuff, and we definitely want to keep the
we're not
the
quitting
relationship.
comedy.
No, well. No. We're still doing it. We're not. Am I getting a real estate license? Yes. Would I like to show you your forever home in Peoria, Illinois? Of course I would. Mm-hmm. Do I need that 3% commission on the sale? You betcha. Mm-hmm. Am I willing to, let's say, exchange sexual favors in exchange for you buying the house? Yes.
Yes.
But we will continue doing.
Still want
comedy.
the commission though.
Still want that sweet commission.
Yes.
Got to get that commission. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we've asked over 50 guests some edgy questions.
Yes.
Trying to give them their 1 to 5 kettlebells, but we've never asked each other the edgy questions.
Yeah. Are we 5 kettlebell people? I've always wondered that about myself.
Yeah. Well,
here am I judging from top of the mountain.
And who are we without having run the gauntlet ourselves?
Yeah.
So I think it might be time for a little abridged.
Edgy lightning round.
It's electric.
Robby Slowik, let me ask you this.
Yes.
We're going to start you off with what we start off all of our guests.
Okay.
Are you gay? How gay are you? And will you suck and fuck me?
Oh, yes, very. You betcha.
What is your favorite drug, alcohol, and cigarette brand?
These are great questions. By the
These
way.
are
Whoever
great
came up with
questions.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Drug, right? Very simple, unfortunately. Wish I had a cool answer. It is weed in all its forms. I like an edible. I've kind of
Edgy.
become partial to an edible.
Yeah.
I do have the little pens, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Those are nice. I like the old school flour. I like to grind it up, light it on fire, and smoke that.
Yeah. Which one do you like best?
Well, they're all the same.
I think the
to me.
flower gets me the highest. That pen really never gets me that high.
I think I like edibles the most, but I can't like indica and sativa. It's all weed to me. I've never been like I'm wide awake with the sativa or whatever.
I think it's all fake.
Yeah, I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think I like the edibles. Edibles also last the longest. You got a good like 3.5 hour high out of that.
I think one of the reasons why I didn't work out on the cruise ship is I was high off my gourd the whole time.
Oh,
With edibles.
were you?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. See, that makes it much more manageable. Alcohol. I am not super edgy. Red wine guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Malbec.
You like
I like an Argentinian Malbec. If you have a French Malbec, I'll take it. It's not my top choice, you know. But on hard alcohol, I am Basil Hayden bourbon. But that's something I mostly drink aspirational. It's mostly I drink it to be like I'm a man who likes bourbon, and I'm like I don't like this very much.
I want my Malbec.
I want my Malbec back.
I want to feel sleepy.
Bring me my grape juice.
Yeah, you definitely should quit this podcast of judging people how edgy they are.
And cigarette, I like a Lucky Strike. And then if I will smoke a cigarette here and there. A Marlboro Red I find to be very harsh.
Yes, it is very harsh.
Will make me cough.
That is something I would smoke aspirationally in my 20s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So now I'm like, let me have your your Marlboro Silver Ultra Light Child Edition. Your kid.
Yes.
I want the weakest cigarette I can find, but I enjoy one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What's your holy trinity?
Drug is cocaine.
Okay. Good.
I like that one a lot.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a long time. All those people started dying, and
We're celebrating.
they were dying. They're what?
They were dying, but we're celebrating.
We're celebrating.
So why not? What are the odds? You're probably not going to get fentanyl-laced coke.
I mean, there's still probably a 10% chance.
That's low.
You're right. It's time to get back on the snake.
All right, so fentanyl-free cocaine.
Yes, fentanyl-free cocaine. One of my biggest regrets in my life is I was in Costa Rica in my early 20s.
Yes.
And a bunch of Aussie surfers. We were staying in like a surf village, and they had just come from Colombia, and they were like, "Do you want to do this Colombian cocaine?
The
it's very
purest,
good."
freshest cocaine.
And
I
was like 23 or something. I had never done it before, and I was still like, "That's a real drug, and I'll never do that." And then, literally, like 12 months later, I was an intern at Vice in Brooklyn, just snorting cocaine off a bathroom floor.
Yeah,
like gasoline cocaine off a bathroom floor.
Whose turn is it to ride in the coke tank?
Yeah, that's one of my bigger regrets.
Yeah.
But cocaine, drug, cigarette brand cigarette brand is I like Belmont's is a Canadian cigarette brand.
Yes, that's come up with some Canadian guests.
They are very good cigarettes. They're just smooth like butter, baby. But in America, I like Parley's.
Okay, Belmont and Parliament, very equivalent names. It feels like
Yes.
like Parliament that's like where particular people congregate.
Well, it's a Canadian. It's the government
That's
system.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's the Parliament Hill.
That's
I go, take me to Parliament Hill, I say. And the Indian bodega man goes, what?
what?
And then just bourbon. I'm not too picky.
You ever had Basil Hayden bourbon?
No. I like a Buffalo Trace.
Well, I like a Buffalo Trace.
But I mainly drink Maker's Mark or Bullet.
Okay.
Because I can. That's
in your...
That's the above shit level.
Yes.
That I can afford,
but not high above shit.
Yeah, I should buy high above shit.
Why not?
But when I'm at a bar, I'm like, I'll do makeup. I don't want to spend $100. Okay, it's not that.
Yeah,
you know.
Look at all this advertising money we have.
That's true. We have got quite a lot of advertising. We are selling. This is like the third or fourth time we've sold drugs.
That's true. Okay, Graham, favorite way to shred your bod?
Favorite way to shred my bod?
Shred your bod.
Well, God, I do a lot of HIIT.
High intensity training?
Yeah, I do a lot of high intensity training.
Yeah, okay.
What you want to do is you want to eat a bagel and cream cheese to start.
Okay, that's a level of intensity that the way you eat a bagel
all
and cream,
the
for sure.
blood rushes to your stomach.
Yes.
And you get a little sleepy.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to want to go to a rough neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And you're going to want to say, "Hey, what neighborhood is this?"
Okay.
And they're going to say, "Go to the Boogie Down Bronx."
Uh-huh.
That's a Crip neighborhood.
The Boogie Down, the whole Bronx is a Crip
Pretty much. Most of Brooklyn is blood. There are pockets that are Crip.
Yeah. See, whenever I walk around Williamsburg, I don't really feel like I'm in a blood neighborhood so much.
No, but there are pockets of Williamsburg where they have not left.
Okay.
There's like buildings of Puerto Rican people.
I feel like
that are just like, we're still doing this. It is still 1995 and fuck you. Like one time I did a show at one of those stupid condos in Williamsburg, and then all the condo people, it was an outdoor show because it was the pandemic, and all the condo people called the cops to shut down. And then next door was a building with Puerto Rican people playing the loudest music from motorcycles with speakers. Like shaking.
Yes. And then
and no one saying anything.
A 22-year-old kid being like, my father didn't buy this neighborhood for you to play your music. They did it for you to listen to my music that I make.
Anyway, I eat a bagel and I go to a Crip neighborhood and I say, I'm a blood and you're all gay and I'm straight.
Okay. And then
we see how that plays out.
How does it play out?
Well, I'm beaten mercilessly. But I lose a lot of blood.
A lot of blood weight. Blood weight will really add up.
Blood weight will add up. I was bloated with blood. Blood weight.
But that's been handled.
Yeah, it's been handled.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
All right.
And what's your favorite way to shred your bod?
Maybe when you're middle school, before you've kissed a woman, you might have like practiced, like maybe on your hand or on a pillow or something like that.
Show me on your hand.
Like like that. Yeah. So I do that.
You do that.
That's how I work.
You just do that.
Yeah. I get real into it though. I go through the whole process. It's about a 17-minute, very aerobic, intense workout.
Okay. And does the lips travel anywhere around your body?
Oh, they travel.
Oh my God. Do you take lipstick and put lips on your hand?
Sometimes.
You go, who knows where I'll go today?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. And that's how I work out. That's how I shred my body. And I've been kicked out of many Planet Fitnesses.
Yes. Now you have to do it in your.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a gym.
Yes.
I thought people were getting in shape here. But I guess we're judging the way some people do that. This man can openly run on an elliptical, and I'm the creep.
That is the only thing more disturbing. Yes. Is a man on an elliptical.
And a man on an elliptical, yeah.
And the way they move is not good. It's not Christian.
It certainly isn't.
No. And so now you have to do it at home, and you lock the door in your bathroom, and your wife beats on the door and says, "Are you working out in there again?"
I'm exercising.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting in shape for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Next time, eat a bagel. All the blood will go to your stomach and get stabbed in the stomach, and the blood will come out.
All right. I have one final question for you. One final edgy lightning round question.
Oh.
Okay. Graham, you have an autistic brother. What's it like spending years sitting beside someone that you care for very deeply, but are forced to contend with their lower cognitive function?
Contend with? Contend with?
Yes.
Well, I
would love to hear.
It's one of the. I tell you what. I've had a lot of experience doing it, and that experience has enabled me to continue doing this podcast.
Well, the reverse. Yeah. You flipped it on me, you son of a bitch.
You're retarded.
Yeah, you got me good. Damn it. Didn't see that coming. Clearly, there's a little more juice in there than I had anticipated. And saving it up for that moment.
Yeah, it's not a good brain, but riddled with disabilities, learning disabilities. It's a prison being a smart guy with learning disabilities.
Yes, yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
tough.
Yeah, I know. I've watched it. I've seen it happen.
Anyway, I got one for you,
Okay.
my friend. You wrote for Andrew Schultz's Netflix show.
Yes.
And you currently write for Jonathan Stewart's Apple Plus show. Name 3 things those fan bases have in common.
Okay, well, first of all, neither one of them has heard of me, and that really unites them. They are...
I understand the Jonathan Stewart podcast is failing as well.
Yes, don't worry, I'm doing my best to drive it into the ground. I'm like, John, we need more sound effects. We need more bumps between segments. Fake ads.
All bumps.
John, fake ads. And ask people how they like to get fucked up and what their favorite euphemism for sex is.
I fucking love this show.
I love this show too.
Yeah.
I do love this show. I was gonna say a lot of white men fans, but actually Schultz has like a shockingly diverse fan base. Like maybe one of the most diverse fan bases in comedy. Their fan bases. Clearly like a successful comic. They're into that. Right. Another thing that differs them from some of my fans, you know?
And partners.
Yes, and partners. And third, what are 3 things? I think there's only 2 things that fan base has in common. And the third is
eyes.
Yes. They're
bipeds.
Yes, bipeds, yes.
Yeah.
They're willing to tolerate Akash Singh. Akash. He was supposed to do this podcast, and then something happened. Who knows?
Well, we burned him.
We burned him.
We burned his ass.
We burned his ass bad. Well, there is. You know what?
So was Schultz, by the way.
Huh? So Schultz was. Yes, he's been a busy boy. There is one more thing I would like to do before we get out of here.
Okay.
And I want to hit the MMA talk bump because it's our best bump and our most underused bump. But let's do one for the people.
MMA talk. Kick, punch.
Choke me, daddy.
Really?
Yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah. We should have got more mileage out of that one. That might have saved us.
He's dying. In his last breath, he's coming.
Well, old Grandmo, it's been an honor and a pleasure.
It has been an honor and a pleasure. Yes.
And I will miss doing this podcast, but we will continue to make stuff together.
We will
and
continue to make
stuff
stuff
together.
Yes, we will continue to do both, and those things most likely, not 100% certain, but most likely will live on the Instagram and Twitter feeds of this podcast.
Yes.
And our own.
And all of that stuff will stay up, the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube, and we'll continue hosting the old episodes as well.
Yes.
Cool.
And if we don't host the old episodes, they'll definitely still live on YouTube because that doesn't cost anything.
Because that costs nothing for us. Well, fuck. I think we've done an entire series of podcasts here.
I'm honestly proud of this podcast. I'm proud that it'll live on as a product. And once again, honestly, all jokes aside, thank you so much, you guys.
Yes.
You guys are great fans.
And
Really
we
great
appreciate
fans.
you.
We
Yes.
really appreciate
the
you. You guys-
comments and the reviews and the interaction. You guys are great. Please stick with us as we move on to the next thing.
Yeah, please. Please.
And I guess this just leaves us with one final thing to say.
After we said thank you.
After we said thank you, there's only one thing left to say, and that's fuck you. But thank you. We love you.